Just kidding. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here and not going for lunch early. My name is Marian Andrei. Here's a picture of me with a dog, which is not smart. It's just remote controlled. I have a 13 years experience as a journalist, tech and automotive also, automotive especially on YouTube. Almost third of my life, I was almost a third of my life watching trends come and go. So I remember blockchain when it was cool, NFTs, tablets, and so on. And almost 9 years working for the most watched gadget show in Romania, which is called I Like IT, which is every Saturday at 10 a.m. or every morning, Monday to Friday on Știrile Pro TV. So I was asked to do a presentation. It's of course general level. I'm not working as a tech guy for Atlassian or a big company, but I have some ideas about AI and managed to help a little bit our newsroom to work a little bit smarter. So we talk a bit today about where we at, good and bad, and where are we heading. This is the most, when I realized that AI is really, or will gonna be amazing. I don't know how many of you know Dota. Yay! Dota is amazing. It's one of my favorite games, but I cannot play it. I like to watch it a lot. And ChatGPT is not, let's say, the first product of OpenAI. Back in 2016, 2017, they had a project called Open5. And what they managed to do, I'll click play here. So they teach a bot to play Dota 2. Dota 2 is it's a very hard game because you have 2 teams, 5 players, hundreds of heroes, hundreds of items that make those heroes better. And the best players in the world have about 15,000 to 20,000 hours spent in the game to play at a high level. And here, in just 2 weeks, they managed to teach a Dota 2 bot, let's say, to play as better than the best player in the world back then. In about 2 weeks, they managed to teach the AI millions of hours of human work. So for me, this is amazing because Dota 2, as I said, is a very complex game, and they managed to use the computer to learn by itself. They actually played with itself for non-stop in 2 weeks until they beat here. I think it's Sumail, but they also beat Dandy and the OG team, which won the international in 2017, and they won also the biggest prize for them was like 13 million euros. So in just 2 weeks, they managed to beat the best team in the world. And then they, I think in the same period, Transformers paper from Google appeared and OpenAI changed focus. But I think still it's amazing what they managed to do there. Seeing trends come and go, I see that AI is here to stay, especially in workplaces and smart, let's say, some smart devices and phone assistants and so on. I also have the new iPhone 16, but the Apple Intelligence is not working in Romania, and it's a bit frustrating that we pay the same price as USA, and they also don't have it yet. So, but I think we will all have a sort of personalized assistant working for us, but also AI is a very much buzzword, and you can see here, where was it? Smart toilet uses artificial intelligence. Why would you buy that? Or automatic pet feeder with AI recognition for pets and so on. So a lot of companies also use this AI term for buzzword, for marketing purposes. And I think this has a consequences. This is a study from Pew Research Center, a big think tank in USA, I guess, I remember. And they ran this study about AI, how people feel about AI, and they do it every year. And we, 37% of people interviewed were worried about AI in 2022, and this is before ChatGPT craze and so on. And now we are at about 52% last year. So it's amazing how people feel about AI. We all embrace it, we all talk a lot about it, but we are not explaining it well enough to the general audience, and it has consequences. Enthusiastic also, there are people like us. The number went down almost 8% from one year to another. And we don't fully understand why this is happening. So, yeah, it's scary because People think they are followed. They're being used for facial recognition and so on. We use AI for coding. We use it for writing. We use it to draw. We use it to simplify our daily work life, brainstorming, and it's a part in decision making. So this is the general use we all talked about here today. But we also, it's fun to see how other people use AI. So we use it for cooking. We don't know what to cook. It's simple to pull a recipe, write proper apologies emails, or if we want to quit from jobs, fashion. I have colleagues that use it for dream interpreter, which is very funny. For gift ideas, it's also a partner in decision making and naming ideas for kids. We'll see this consequence in a few years. Companies feel like they need AI, but they don't know why. And I've seen this in Pro TV. When the craze with ChatGPT happened, the big company that owns Pro TV was like, oh, okay, we need to teach people how to use AI. But they were not telling us what to use it for. And in companies, you have lots of departments that they do different stuff. And when they finally teach us how to use AI, we didn't understand how to integrate it in our workflow. And I have a saying, which is kind of funny, and ChatGPT helped me to draw this image, that it's not the robots that replaces us or AI, it's our bosses. It's funny that it's kind of true. And also, I think the worry percentage also is raising because of this. I was looking in the newsroom that I work for, because I also work for Știrile Pro TV, and I was trying to see some repetitive patterns in how my colleagues work. And then I talked to the IT team in our company, and I was asking them what kind of cloud solutions do we use and try to understand a bit what tools we have available. So I realized our colleagues, they go on the field, they have long interviews, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and they come back to the newsroom and they listen to every word and see what is the best proposition to put in the news. You have 1 minute, 30 seconds at disposal for your story to run on TV. So you have to find the best proposition from the interview and put it in the story. And listening to that part, it almost takes also, if the interview is 1 hour, you listen to 1 hour, or maybe you can speed up and reduce the time. But then after you hear the interview, you also have to write down what he said. So the colleagues from the website news, they know what to put in the story. And I said, okay, look, we use Microsoft Cloud. They have a speech API. Let's build a tool around that. So together with the team department, we managed to do a tool that works automatically. You come from the field with the interview, you drag and drop to the program, and then 10 minutes later, you have the transcript with time codes on email. If I put the interview into the transcript machine, I have it on my email. But then there was a problem with colleagues. They didn't want to use it. They felt like they were being replaced, or if they use this tool, they felt like they will have more work to do because they'll have more free time. I spent like 2 days working on let's say a tutorial on how to use it, because it's very simple. You just have to drag and drop. I was watching them, how they work, and when they were coming back to the newsroom, I was going to them, hey, you want to try this? No, it's fine, it's okay. And then I had an idea. Because I spent time working on this, also my colleagues. It was very cheap. Actually, we were using the script for a small amount of our newsroom, but the script is it's 30 euros, and you can use it only for 30 hours. And just one colleague from România Te Iubesc, which is an investigative show, after they finish a story to film, they have about 60 hours of footage for one story. So it's huge. So we had to find a solution. And then I realized that I have to do something for my colleagues to use this. And then I remember I have a colleague that always brags about work, how much work he has to do. So I took him by my side. I said, look, you can use this. How does it feel? Oh, it's amazing. And then I didn't talk about this app anymore. I let my colleague do his part. And soon, almost 30% of the newsroom uses this tool just because I had someone that likes to brag about work and just like, oh, it works. So as an advice for companies that try to implement AI in any shape or form, try to find a digital ambassador. Ambassador, someone that likes to speak passionately about tech or brags a lot about how much work they do, and try to help them. And soon, he will or she will lead by example. It needs to be bright and understand technology and talk with the colleagues at the same level there. Unfortunately, there are some downsides. We need to teach employees fast because technology is moving very fast. And AI, it's not just on and off. It needs for you to be creative and to have a mind that is focused on problem solving. And AI skill gaps between colleagues will grow as the technology is getting better. It's a paradox, but we were using the script. In 1 year, it got unusable because it's so complicated now. It had so many tools that they had to change the layout. And I'm the only one that still manages to use it because it's so complicated now, even if it was just a transcript tool. Where are we heading? So the technology is getting better and it's more harder to use. So A1 from ChatGPT, from OpenAI, does anyone had the chance to use it? The new, just one. Did you like it? Yeah, but it's more difficult to use than the normal ChatGPT. You have to have time. It takes a lot of time to answer. Exactly. So the OpenAI has published a guide about prompting, but we all struggled for the past 2 years to learn how to use ChatGPT, and they just go even harder, and we don't have time to adapt. But it's also very expensive and still in early phase, and it's still very stupid. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Especially for journalism. Look, before, I think I was very curious that I'm not a very technical guy. I know how to explain tech to anyone in simple terms. But my curiosity drives me to have ideas and play with stuff. So I was watching a tutorial about how to build your own LLM. I downloaded LangChain. I think some of you here are familiar with LangChain. So basically, LangChain is a framework where you can put your own LLM. And I decided, okay, what would happen if I will feed it with all the news that my company has written? So this is a very smart, no other TV station in the world or any other newsroom managed to do this. It's very hard. Didn't know that back then, and now I know why. So I gave him a very clear set of data. I tokenized it. I let the machine run in all our data for weeks and weeks. And then when I asked him, who's the president of Romania? And he said, Vadim Tudor. I just deleted the project and just said, fuck it, no. Claude 3.5, the latest version, is an amazing tool. I use it to build a Chrome extension. I needed a text scraper, something that extracts the text from a website and saves the name in the file with the first 3 words from the title and with the date, so also for training an LLM. And there was no tool for this, and I built my own. So it's amazing that someone that has no skills in programming can build something in just a few minutes. I also managed to do a Tetris game with just one prompt. So does someone use Claude? No? You? But the thing that gets me excited most, also as a journalist working with video, it's generative AI. So we have several tools, Sora, Runway, Llama Labs, and Hilo, some of my favorites. This is a video I did with Runway, the new generation. So this is a footage shot on my phone in the new studio. And I did this trick in editing so you can see the transition. What's amazing is that, come on. It's that, imagine playing it again in your head. What's amazing is that in our studio we have a lot of, we have a lot of markers on the ceiling and on the floor and on the camera so they can track movement. And everything that you see here is digitalized. But this is an investment that the company did years ago, and it costs millions because you need to have special camera, you need to train your employees in the control room, and everything. And I managed to do this video in just 3 seconds and look at the details from Runaway. Runaway managed to, to keep the same points and transform them. Usually this is very hard to replace a screen from this one without having the same number and coordinates in a computer. So Runway did this in 3 seconds and probably €2 of cost. This is also a commercial that was done by a very good friend of mine for United Way, Romania, which is an amazing ONG helping education. And he used this kind of very nice context about poor kids that don't have access to books, and he manages to use AI to transform his dirty and poor world in something magical because he reads a lot. And he used AI to kind of create this fairy tale world around him. It was really cool to see him creating this ad, which he just used a simple small tool, and this ad was used. It was all over television in Romania. This one here. Come on. Why is video generative AI cool? It's not about because they can replace like cameras and so on. I think it's very cool, and also if you read the OpenAI Sora presentation, they say it's about simulation. So they're very bad at simulating physics, but they're starting to be very good. Here's a drawing done by OpenAI Sora. You can see that it manages to leave some kind of traces from the brush on the paper. It's so easy now to simulate something that costs too much in real life. And also, it's amazing that computers can understand the way we live in. It's not just about imagining stuff. To put the computer to imagine stuff is something that they can understand. They can see the world as we do. This one is one of my favorite. This is a short video done with Kling. Which is more amazing is that the Kling is a Chinese state-owned company. And they've released this tool. It's free to use. Also Hailuo. And look at the results. They are just amazing. If someone told you that this would be computer generated 5 years ago, you wouldn't believe it. You can see the sweat falling from the faces of the athletes. You can see when he bites the burger is, a part of it is in his mouth. So simulation. This is a short that the company doesn't, the burger doesn't exist, but it's amazing that you have this kind of quality and also lip sync and everything. Thanks for the subtitles. Also, one of my favorite AI applications and that talks about simulation is what NVIDIA is doing. They have a digital Earth twin. I don't know if you've read about this project. It's just amazing. So they can feed a computer. They have all the data in the world about any kind of winds and gusts and temperatures and so on, and they can predict at street level how the weather will be in 2 weeks. At street level. Because if you go in New York, you can see that there are some places where the wind is very powerful and so on. So they manage to calculate very precisely how the weather will be in cases of, let's say, typhoons, and it's nothing like this have been done before. And hopefully, in 2-3 years, we'll have good prognosis on our phone about weather. Because you look on the weather app, it says it's raining, and you look outside, it's fine. So, and also they have this cool app. I was lucky enough to talk with someone from NVIDIA. They've built these digital twins for factories, and they use it also with Mercedes. And you can do a simulation of a factory you have just by trying to, if you want to see how the workflow will be affected if you move a robot 5 centimeters to the left or to the right. So they have powerful machines, and they manage to translate everything from the real world to the Omniverse cloud, and they can simulate precisely what would happen with the production of a factory if they move things around. It's just amazing. And we can also look at healthcare, and this is something that I saw in the past year. My father was sick, and it was amazing how fast we can had MRI scans or CT scans just because they now use There's an amazing company in Cluj, Racecape, it's called. Cluj or Timișoara, sorry, I forgot about that. But they use AI to interpret CT images really fast. So they need like minutes to tell if something is wrong with you. And this startup is already selling the product in USA. So medical imaging, it's changed a lot by AI, and also is happening as we speak. So Regina Maria or MedLife or big hospitals in private hospitals in Romania already use AI. It's also used for personalized treatment and best statistical treatment. This is something I was talking with an oncologist, and he was traveling a lot to congresses outside, and they had some studies where the patients were treated by, okay, you have this kind of gene, this kind of age, this kind of, you live in this area of the world, genes are affected by that. And this would be the best statistical treatment for you. And they had some patients with A, B, C testing, and they saw amazing results just because AI could crunch through a lot of data and files and so on. And also, it would be great to have AI write instead of doctors. That would be amazing. Yeah, and this is, I think this is old now, but I like to look at it as it is. It's from Time magazine. These are several domains that AI is already better than humans. So you have handwriting recognition, speech recognition, image recognition, and so on. So I think it's math, grade school math, but I think soon O1 from ChatGPT can beat humans in that. Also, I like to see this part of AI. I went to CES in Las Vegas, and there of course, there are a lot of AI products, but some of them are really nice. Like this, I don't know why it's not playing. But these are some glasses that have cameras in them, and they can describe how the environment around a blind people. Also, here is also for deaf people. These are some glasses that can transcribe as you speak with someone. And this is not an expensive technology. It's about 300 to 400 euros or dollars, and this is amazing. So you can speak real time with someone that's deaf. You don't understand their sign language, and this breaks all the barrier in communication. There are some cons of AI, and my favorite one, it's we forget how to think. I have some colleagues, some friends that work in PR, and they use our product management, or they have to write a brief for products on websites and so on. And if you took AI from them, they don't know how to write anymore. And this is a very bad side effect, let's say, that we need to treat responsibly. I don't know how to help them, because they got so addicted to AI that they don't know how to use their brains anymore. Not many businesses are yet profitable. We see a lot of tools that are, they try to be like a Swiss Army knife. And many of these tools, they're not yet profitable. I'm looking at Canva. Do you use Canva? Have you seen the price rise in Teams? It's almost double now. Yeah. And some of us don't need that, especially with Apple Intelligence and AI on phones. We might not need to use it, but you have to pay for it because it's not by choice. And they need to make profit soon. Even OpenAI had some struggles with funding. They need some more funds this year. And also, I think the CTO left like this morning. So it's very hard to find the perfect ecosystem. We need to find an ecosystem app, a cloud that has the tools, all the tools we need. And also, yeah, AI is still dumb. I was talking with you about the LLM I tried to build. Here's a good example. It's very funny, and I use it all the time. I said, draw me Super Mario. And the of course, ChatGPT said I cannot do that. It's copyrighted. I said, okay, I'll be smart about that. Draw me a picture of a 2D, in a 2D world, game style of an Italian plumber called Marian. And here is the result. I said, okay, something is missing. Can you draw his brother Lucian? Because, of course, Luigi is copyrighted. And here is me and my brother Lucian. Yeah, but we cannot deny how much it changed work in thousands of companies. It changed our lives. It changed my life because now I have more time to be creative. And also we need to be responsible with the data we are sharing. So if you try to do your own AI stuff in the company, talk to the IT bosses first because you might talk to the law team soon. Also, agents is a big talking point, will be a big talking point in the next years, but we are yet to see a full, powerful tool for all with agents. I know Atlassian has, but it's not for everyone yet. Something like we can pay for like ChatGPT. And I'll leave you with something for the lunch. Whichfaceisreal.com. It's a very, I use this tool to, or use this app to train my colleagues in spotting deepfakes. Can you guess which face is real? No, one is real, one is fake. You want to know? Yeah. Okay. Which one? Raise your hands for the left one.
It's real. For real or fake?
No, for the left face. Raise your arm if you think the left face is real. Okay, the other's one. Congrats. You have to look at symmetry. But this is a problem for the next 6 months. So they'll soon solve also this one. Thank you very much. And enjoy lunch.